Danny Gaffon for Pro Boxing fans. Delighted to be joined via Zoom by the birthday boy as of the weekend, Sam Jones. Sam, happy birthday first of all, mate. What'd you get up to?
It wasn't. Yeah, it was my birthday. Not yesterday, day before. Not mate, not a lot, mate. When you get past like 30, I think you just it's just one. It's just another day. My days. My birthday's always been the worst day. It's like a service station between Christmas and New Year. So
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Well, I'm fast approaching 30 myself, and I think ignore it, sort of see what you're talking about. Sam, new year, soon be upon us, 2024. Big year for boxing. Just want to get your reflections, first of all, on your own stable, the likes of Jack Catwell, Cameron Vaughn, Johnny Fisher, of course. How do you reflect on the year your fighters have had personally? Obviously, I think Jack Catwell, seen as a sort of breakout year for him. He's had a fighter who's had his ups and downs through no fault of his own, but finally seems to be getting momentum. And yeah, just the rest of your stable.
Yeah, look, I'm proud of the job we're all doing with Jack, specifically because his career has been plagued with inactivity, literally plagued with inactivity. He's never had that momentum, and now he's like a solidified himself as one of the top names in British boxing, in my opinion. In my opinion, Jack's the pound for pound best fighter in Britain, especially on form. And I don't think I'm speaking crazy when I say that. I genuinely believe he is. Um, he's getting the big nights he deserves. We're nearly there with that world title fight. He's got one more hurdle to overcome in Arnold Barboza, and we think he's going to do that in good fashion. So yeah, looking forward ahead to February the 15th. But yeah, Josh Taylor, Jack Catchell was one of the best nights I've been a part of in boxing. Loved it. It felt like the old days in that Leeds arena when like the good old days with the domestic fights that they sell out. It was brilliant. The fight had absolutely everything, and the build up was great. Josh performed brilliantly. Jack performed brilliantly. It was a brilliant fight, and yeah, really looking forward to this year with Jack.
Stick with Jack for the time being. You touched on the Barboza fight, got it over the line. Fight that was mooted for a good few weeks and months before Penn was eventually put to paper. Was there any hesitation from Barboza's team that you could sense? Because we know Jack, he's sort
Yeah,
of a
for sure.
throwback fighter.
Barboza, I'm sure, wanted the fight. So it wasn't that he didn't want the fight, but he wanted the fight in America. But unfortunately, not many people care about Barboza over in the States. I don't mean to sound disrespectful because he's a nice guy, but yeah, he had no choice but to come to Manchester. He got offered the best payday he's ever been offered in his life, which he deserves, to be fair, because he's coming off a big win against Jose Ramirez, and yeah, he's coming to Manchester to fight Jack.
I think I saw just last year on this fight a tweet from Jack. Obviously, the fight was announced, and then he's been prodding the bear a bit with Arnold over the last few weeks, and then he's in a tweet alluding to let's get this VADA testing agreed. Is there any light you can shed on that?
No, the VADA testing is 100% agreed. But what's happened is Jack sent his paperwork in, and Barboza hasn't as of yet. Well, I've not heard any different, but I don't know what the delay is there. But hopefully, it gets filled in and sent over quick.
Let's talk Johnny Fisher, Dave Allen. I think you know what's going to be a big talking point with this is the interview. As someone seems to have a car crash outside. Gareth A. Davis and Big John. We saw the interview, I believe it was with IFL TV. Big John very upset with comments from Gareth after the fight, calling it disgusting, the robbery, that he didn't get the decision. What did you make of that interaction, first of all?
Um, Listen, John's speaking as a father. Do you know what I mean? John's speaking I'll be honest. I watched some of the reactions, and look, in that fight, Johnny won 5 rounds. Definitely. Yeah, definitely. Um, so if you think Dave Allen won the other five, he's won the fight on the knockdown, right? But there's round seven. Round seven, if you're scoring it, if you're scoring it harsh to Dave Allen, you could probably give Johnny that fight, give Johnny that round. So me personally, like what I've said, I watched it back. I scored it 5-all with Dave obviously scoring the knockdown, which means Dave Allen gets the nod. However, um, it's not a robbery. So for people to start, it's disgusting. It's like people, because this is what happens, and it happened with Cameron Vong against Gavin Gwen. Now, like I've just been honest there. I believe Dave should have just got the nod in the Fisher fight. I've watched the fight back with Cameron Wong and Gavin Gwynn. Cameron wins that fight. Cameron lands all the better shots. Gavin Gwynn was pushing his shots out, performed great. But if you watch the fight back closely, Cameron lands all the telling shots in the fight. All the beautiful stuff comes from Cameron Wong. So people, when they see an odds of like 10-1, right? If the fight's remotely close, oh, it's robbery. It's people scream robbery. It's not a robbery. Dave Allen against Johnny Fisher is not a robbery. It's not. You can't. If Johnny Fisher in a 10 rounder has won out of five, definitely won. Clear has won 5 of those rounds. You can't be caught standing there going, it's a disgrace. So yeah, I understand why John was very amped up about it, because it's his son. Like I feel protective towards Johnny, but imagine how John feels. That's his son. Do you understand? So, and remember, in that fight, Johnny Fisher was bollocksed in the round 3 because he'd done his eardrum bad. So this is before the knockdown. Johnny couldn't even stand up properly. So for Johnny to get through that fight and even hear the final bell stood on his feet is unbelievable. Credit to Johnny, because not many people would have done that. They'd have jacked it. So huge credit to Johnny Fisher. I'm sure the rematch will happen. Dave Allen's a good mate of mine. Johnny, I manage. It's a natural rematch to have. Whether it happens next, who knows? But Johnny, being the competitor he is, he'll want to right what people believe is a wrong. Do you understand what I mean? Like he'll want to kind of think, do you know what? I want to prove to people this. And I believe Johnny does beat Dave in the rematch, but Dave Allen has earned a big fight. Do you know what I mean? He's earned big money and he's earned a big fight. And they're 2 of the best guys in boxing, Dave and Johnny. They really are. They're 2 complete gentlemen. And I hope that the rematch does happen. They both earn a fortune, like what they deserve. And it's a banger at the O2 Arena, the Copper Box, Wembley Arena. Let's see. But yeah, that's my honest take of it. But people have this thing of shouting robbery when fights are because one side is meant to win and they're a clear favourite in the fight. As soon as it's it's robbery, huge robbery. It's not a robbery. Watch Lewis Ritson against Miguel Vasquez. That's a fucking robbery. Do you know what I mean? They're Josh Taylor, Jack Catterall, like clear winners by rounds. They're robberies. Do you understand what I mean? So that's all I'll say. Have your opinion. Do you know what I mean? Like me, I'll have my opinion always. Like I think this guy's won. I think I'm honest when it comes to scoring. I'm honest, and as I say, I've given my opinion on the Dave Allen Johnny fight. But is it a robbery? No.
You touched about a potential rematch there, Sam. What did you make of Dave's comments after the fight that initially he said he wasn't keen on a rematch, but because he
Yeah,
doesn't
because
think it's the right fight
Dave's
for
just got out
Johnny?
the ring. Dave's got out the ring. He feels hard done by, and he's probably thinking, "I'm not interested." But when the numbers start spinning, do you remember that GIF with Alan from The Hangover that you just type in, and there's the GIF of the numbers all kind of skirkling? That's Dave. After an hour, he had a burger, had a real think about it. And thought, "Do you know what? This is because it's Dave's biggest fight. Dave won't get a bigger fight than the Johnny Fisher fight, and same with Johnny. Like they kind of they need each other to have a huge fight. But look, they're both men and they're both competitors. Like Johnny is a competitor, so Johnny will want to have the rematch. Like I say, whether it happens next or not, who knows? But Johnny will 100% want that rematch. But right now, what's important for Johnny is because that was a hard night. That was a really hard night. Ear, blood. He's hurt his hand as well. Like Johnny needs a nice break, and then Johnny will be. I'm virtually certain Johnny will be game for the rematch.
Just lastly on this, you talked about how Johnny's sort of doing physically, and you said it was a very tough fight. How's he coping with it mentally? Obviously, he's a very popular lad, and for good reason, lovely fella. And it's sort of no matter how people score the fight, he's caught negativity, regardless. You know how people
Yeah,
score the fight, he's getting. How's
and
he
that's
dealing
the
with that?
world. That's the world we're in. Like that is the world we're in. People don't look and think, do you know what? The heart and the balls Johnny showed in that fight. Let's applaud him. That was brilliant. people. It's the minority, by the way. It is only the minority that seek the he lost. Like Johnny's very mentally strong, so he'll be dealing with it fine.
Just last one, I want to get your thoughts on, Sam. Obviously, the dust is sort of well settled now on Usyk Fury 2. We don't need to go into scorecards and more shouts of robbery. Just looking to the future, I mean, it seems all roads now lead to that elusive fight between Fury and Anthony Joshua. Where do you think this fight stands in terms of, what it could have been 3, 4 years ago? I see people like Simon Jordan saying that, it's a battle of the losers. He doesn't really care to say
Yeah,
it.
but that's fine. That's fine. But like, listen, Simon Jordan has his opinion, and people listen to what Simon Jordan says because listen, he's an intelligent guy. But he was sat front row to watch Amir Khan against Kell Brook. Th- that wasn't was it, did we think that was the battle of the losers? That was great. I had a great night. That was one of the best nights I've been to for a long time. Kell Brook against Amir Khan. Did it happen too late? Yes. Is Tyson Fury and AJ happening too late? Yes. But are we still going to watch it? And is it still the biggest fight in boxing? Absolutely fucking yes. So nobody can complain about watching that. Everybody will want to get a ticket to it. If you're a fan of boxing, you are tuning in to watch Tyson Fury against AJ. Who's the best British heavyweight of this era? Let's go. Let's find out.
Let's put this heavyweight of the Sarah Sam. Who wins?
Um, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I'm happy with giving predictions. I'll tell you if the fight happens. I'll give you a prediction closer to the fight. I don't know right now, and I like both guys as well. Huge. Listen, I've known Tyson for years and years, and AJ, I'm a fanboy of. I'm a complete fan, AJ fan. So I want to see the fight happen. I think it'll be a fun build up. I think it'll be great for this country as well. It'll be brilliant for this country.
And to round off with this time, would be remiss not to mention Oleksandr Usyk, gone in there, beat Tyson Fury again. A lot of debates over where he ranks in potential all-time lists, heavyweight lists, pound-for-pound lists. Just your ranking, where do you see Oleksandr Usyk in terms of a fighter of this
In the
era
top
and any
10.
area?
In the top 10, Usyk can live and thrive in any era. He's got people don't talk about it enough, but he's got a granite chin as well to go with his boxing skills and his ability. Usyk's tough. Usyk's tough because he's a lot naturally smaller than all these guys. Like he was giving away, what did he give away against Tyson Fury? 4 stones, something like that, and probably more. Usyk's a genius of a boxer, a complete genius. He's a great character, and he's had a Hall of Fame career. He's a 2-weight undisputed champion. People forget he's done it all like in the back guards. He went to Russia and boxed Gassiev. And I've watched Gassiev spar. He is a huge puncher, Gassiev. And Usyk just made mincemeat of him. This is a prime Gassiev as well, not the foot one with his bad shoulders. Made mincemeat of him. He's beat every Brit put in front of him. He's beat all our guys. What more do you want him to do to claim he's the best? He's definitely the best of this era. But can he stand in the other eras? I would say 1,000,000% certain. That's just my opinion.
Don't think there's too many who argue with you. Sam, we'll wrap it up there. Appreciate you're probably very busy around this time of year, so appreciate you hopping on. Happy New Year, mate, and hope to catch up with you next year.
Take care, brother. See you in a bit, mate.
Cheers.